Dun, 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 dun. We love these dramatic statements. I don't think that's what Jim necessarily meant when he said that yesterday. I think I've heard 5 or 6 conversations in DLD since then about this bold statement. I think what he meant simply is that television is evolving. I think the device is changing. Is it on the internet? Is it, I think, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think he's saying you need to invest in the future. We need to look at mediums. We need to look at kind of throwing away the tradition in the past. And we need to look at what people really want. Why do people keep talking about television is dead? Because it's a good story. That's what people really want, is a good story. I'm the founder of In the Mo. We are a local video search site. That's a good story. That gives you more information than what's out there. What do you guys think about when you think of local search? Google, Yelp, Groupon, Foursquare. There's a lot of great companies, a lot of things we celebrate here. Sometimes it's just in our little world that we talk about it, that the rest of the public doesn't really mean that much to them. Sometimes you have things like Groupon where savings are universal and that kind of transforms where we're going. But I think there's another very big evolution that's going to happen in local search, and that's digital storytelling, and that's what we do. At In the Mo, basically what we did is we traveled around to 57 cities around the world in 16 countries, and we shot videos on different local businesses, different local merchants. We went inside and we let these people share their passions, tell their stories. And for all the VCs and money guys out there, we created a great monetization model behind it. And what we also did is we looked at replicating the same steps that we in our own lives use when we're going to decide where to go, where we're going to decide where to spend our money. So we looked at that and we said, what matters to us? Reviews from random strangers? Not so much. It can be better. I think every great product, every great technology innovation comes from looking at what's out there, throwing it out the window, and starting from scratch and asking yourself, how can it be better? And we looked at it and we said, what are the things that matter to me? I want to know what my friends recommend. So we built a platform on top of Twitter, Gmail, and Facebook, where with one click of a button, you can import all of your friends and see what they recommend in organized lists, favorite restaurants, favorite galleries, favorite dive bars. They create the content, we move to it. What else matters? I want to see what it's like. We can look at photos. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. We can look at reviews from people we've never heard of, or we can get opinions from experts. So we worked backwards, the same business model we use internally. We found 1,500 of the most influential people in different verticals and asked them to create their guides to their cities. It's big celebrities like Lady Gaga and Kim Kardashian and Justin Bieber. And in the tech world, you have the Pete Cashmores and Mike Arringtons and Kevin Rose and Tony Hsieh. And I'm not going to name drop, but we just did that a little bit. We basically went to all these people and asked them to create guides, and we allow our users to do the same thing. And then we cross-referenced all their recommendations and went to the business owners and looked at where those people were recommending. And we shot minute-and-a-half high-quality features and let those business owners tell their stories. And I think that's what the future of search is. I think that's also the future of marketing for local business owners. I could talk about this a lot. We have game mechanics built into it. You really got to play with the site. On, I think, February 10th, we're doing a big new release. It's going to be dramatically different. But I think the content speaks for itself. And we built all of this in a scalable fashion. Right now, we have over 4,000 of these video features around the world in 16 countries. We're global already. You guys let me know what you think. So we're going to start off with a restaurant in LA, because that's where our headquarters is. And hopefully this works.
Downtown wanted a reasonably priced place where they can come to and eat every day. The initial concept was to create a social center. Very open, friendly, clean, bright. I would say the cuisine comes from the border between Italy and France. We do a lasagna like they do in Bologna. It's 10 layers of noodles with bolognese sauce that was cooked for 5 hours. Napolitano style pizza, fresh mozzarella cheese, fresh tomatoes, just all about it is the quality. We're really proud of the drinks we pour here. Everyone's crafted by hand, really nice quality cocktails. People can stop by when they get off work and take home dinner for the family or dinner for themselves or a little dinner party. We also do sandwiches and grab-and-go stuff at lunchtime. French macaroons are one of our famous dishes. Beautiful colors, different flavors. We probably go through 1,200 to 1,500 a day. take all these high-end characteristics and qualities and sensitivities and philosophies and bring them down to an affordable place where people can come in, and instead of spending 60, 80, 100 bucks for dinner, they can come in for 25 bucks and have what we believe to be a better experience.
So that's one piece right there. But it doesn't just work for restaurants. We've shot over 90 different business verticals: plumbers, doctors, lawyers, hoteliers, people all over, gallery owners. This is kind of an artsier crowd, so I'll show you guys a feature we shot on a random bookstore in Toronto. And the thing to keep in mind is there are no scripts. We've built out a scalable model to do this. All we do is we bring our crews in and we let these business owners tell their stories. And we edit it down to a 1.5-minute piece that's totally digestible. Something else to keep in mind is that we have an incredibly high level of respect for who our audience is. Whether it's my 21-year-old sister or my grandmother, who are both incidentally on Facebook, they both don't want to be sold. But they'll let you do two things. They'll let you educate them, and they'll let you move them. And those are key qualities we have in every video. This is the Monkey's Paw in Toronto.
People treat this stuff like treasures and value it, and I'm really glad of that. Well, we sell strange old books. We have sort of an aesthetic philosophy, which is that everything in the shop is chosen to be either beautiful, arcane, macabre, or absurd. Ideally, it would be all four. What do we have here? Our Little Ones in Heaven. It's a Victorian collection of poetry about dead children. Hardly could be more macabre. Victorian dead children. Let's find an absurd one. Most of the books in the shop are published in the mid-20th century. I try to avoid anything that's in print. Clip and groom your own poodle. See, no wonder he's so good at clipping poodles. It's unreal. We also have some prints and, you know, kind of visual ephemera. One of my particular favorites is the Haldeman Julius publications. They were sold by mail order for a nickel a piece. You know, What You Should Know About Palmistry, A Book of Strange Murders, Our Insect Enemies. You know, it's great stuff, right? I think that we're a little bit different from your average secondhand bookshop because we emphasize the book as artifact rather than as text. You come here, I'm looking for this book. No, we don't have that book. What we have is the book you weren't looking for or you didn't know you were looking for.